Hi everybody, it's me Waddles. Diamonds are your best friend, or you want them to be. No matter what your current situation is, if you like diamonds, this is the video for you. With the 1.19 update, diamond mining has changed again. In this video, we're going to take a look at diamond mining and talk about some of the best ways to do it. Before we get too busy, make a quick stop at the like button, and if you're new here, hi, welcome. If you'd like to become genius, then subscribing. It's a great idea. Everybody knows what a diamond is, so fortunately we can skip that. Check out this chart right here. This is the current ore generation chart as of Minecraft 1.19. This chart is our first big guide when it comes to mining diamonds efficiently. Broken down into words and simple words of that, diamond generation, how does it work? Well, diamonds generate in multiple batches, both on Java and Bedrock Edition. Diamonds are going to get more common the deeper you go in your world. When you take a look at Bedrock and Java Edition side by side, there are actually some minor differences between diamond generation. One difference that doesn't exist is the fact that most diamonds, or many of them at least, are going to generate with no air exposure, meaning you're going to have to dig to find them. You know how copper ore generates more commonly inside the Dripstone Caves biome? Well, diamonds aren't like that. They have no connection to biome at all. Diamond ore generates at world generation. When diamond ore generates, it can actually replace a couple blocks in the game. Diamond ore will replace stone, deepslate, granite, andesite, diorite, and tuff if it's in the way. Unless you're on Bedrock Edition. On Bedrock, tuff can't be replaced by diamond ore. So that's great, but what does it all mean for us? Well, it means that our journey today begins down at Y14. Diamond generation begins at Y14 and gets more common the deeper you go. Just in case you don't know or something, you'll need at least an iron pickaxe to mine diamonds. So diamonds get more common the deeper you go. As you move past the stone range, diamond ore will turn into deep slate diamond ore. Now there is no difference at all between these two blocks except for the texture. As you go deeper and deeper and deeper, eventually you're going to hit bedrock. Bedrock starts to generate at Y59, or when you're standing on Y59. That's something that you're going to want to keep in mind, especially when you're branch mining for diamonds. So there's our quick intro, a little bit of explanation. Now let's talk the methods. We're going to talk about 5 different methods in today's video. We won't be ranking the methods in today's video because they're all pretty good. Depending on the farms and things that you have in your world, some methods might be easier than the other methods. The first method, the most basic, is plain old caving. Haha, yes, shocking indeed. Believe it or not, one of the best ways to find diamonds is to, to look for diamonds. Ever since the revamp of the caves in 1.18, this method is actually kind of enjoyable, at least in my opinion. So for method number 1, you're going to want to look at grabbing supplies like this right here. Basically, this is just your basic mining supplies. You're going to want to have whatever supplies you like to have usually when you're mining. Now, if you're going the caving route for diamonds, my biggest tip for you is find a big cave. Finding a big cave, like the one that we're in right now, is going to make your life a whole lot easier. See, it's pretty straightforward if you think about it a little bit. Big cave has more blocks exposed to air. Unfortunately, not every diamond generates exposed to air, but if you can expose more blocks to air, then the likelihood of finding diamond ore definitely increases. To make your life easier, when plain old caving looking for diamonds, try and find a cave that is really big and open, and a cave that is really big and open and also deep. This cave is at -49, that's insanely deep. Remember, the deeper you go, the more diamonds will generate. If your cave is big, open, and really deep, it's almost guaranteed, 100% for sure, there'll be at least a little bit of diamonds inside of the cave. While you're down inside of these deep caves looking for diamonds, if you come across a patch of gravel, it's a brilliant idea to mine this patch of gravel out. A lot of the diamonds that generate in your world will generate fully blocked in. With a couple torches and a shovel, removing gravel is insanely easy. Just like all of the other methods in this video, digging out gravel is not a surefire way to find diamonds, but it definitely is a lot easier than mining out stacks and stacks of deep slate for hours. Find the big deep cave, mine out the gravel. My third tip for you when it comes to mining for diamonds, the plain old-fashioned way, is the F3 trick. If you're on Java Edition and you find lava deep in a cave, hit F3 and look around at the lava. Check out this chunk of information right here. That chunk of information is telling me exactly what I'm looking at. Okay, so this is actually kind of crazy. Check this out. Over here we have tuff, but then over here, actually, diamond ore, which is absolutely amazing. That's telling me that there is diamond ore right below this lava. If I go ahead and remove the lava, maybe place some blocks and block it in, dig these blocks out, there should be, yep, there definitely is, diamonds right there, down below the lava. That's not too bad. If you enjoy exploring your world the good old-fashioned way, maybe taking things a little bit more slowly, this is a great method for you. I highly recommend finding your first diamonds in your world with this method. It's the easiest and cheapest. The next method on our menu today gets a little bit more expensive, but is way more safer. Branch mining. Diamonds generate most commonly deep. Why waste time mining not deep when you could just mine deep and maybe, if you're lucky right away, find diamonds? The deeper you go, the more diamonds you should find, right? Well, yes, but also actually no. Remember the blocks that I talked about that diamond can replace? Well, bedrock wasn't one of them. Diamond ore is not going to replace bedrock ever, so if you're going to branch mine, skip the bedrock layer. That means to find the most diamonds possible, you need to mine in a layer where there is not bedrock. The layer where there is not bedrock, that's going to be standing on Y -59, looking at -58. That is the best layer in the entire world to mine diamonds in Minecraft 1.19, branch mining. So, if you're going to set up a branch mine, first things first, go down to Y -59. Like, make sure you're standing on Y -59. This is going to be the layer right above bedrock. If you're standing on this layer, you will hit 0 bedrock. Other than in the floor, but that's not a problem. When it comes to a branch mine, really, you have so many options. I mean, you could make like a big, wide main tunnel and then branch off of that thing, or you could dig down and just really essentially start making small branches. I like to personally make my branch mines a little bit nicer, so typically where I start is down at -59, make a 3x3 hallway. Nice thing about this, while you're digging out the hallway, if you're lucky, you might be able to actually find some diamonds right off the bat, which is cool. Always, 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 whenever you find diamond ore, dig around the diamond ore. Diamond ore generates in blotches. Sometimes these blotches are a little bit disconnected, as you can see there. That's the second piece of diamond. That's amazing. Looked easy there, but don't get your hopes up. That was luck. Strip mining, branch mining, whatever you want to call it, this is going to take some time. To execute this method most efficiently, I recommend grabbing a couple different things. Thing number 1, torches. You're going to want to light up your mine so mobs don't spawn. This will make it a little bit safer. Thing number 2, food. You're going to be down here doing a lot of work, digging. That's going to eat up your hunger. You're going to need to eat every once in a while. A good pickaxe. Branch mining can take a little bit of time. Running around inside of a cave is way less expensive, especially when it comes to pickaxes. Enchantments are technically totally your call. I recommend having a pickaxe that looks something like this. Unbreaking 3 is very, very important. If you want to make this pickaxe last forever, mending, and silk touch. Having silk touch will keep your inventory clear. Alternatively, instead of silk touch, you could go with shulker boxes, ender chests, just extra chests, something like that. So your branch mine, it begins at -59, then hallways. You're going to need to make hallways branching off of this thing. The hallways should still be on -59. They could be 2 blocks tall if you'd like, maybe 3 blocks tall if you'd like to. Totally your call. Now the hallways, space them out, at least 3 blocks, but you could honestly probably go something more like 5 blocks. It's all totally up to you and how much patience you have. Patience is maybe the most important supply for this method because this can take a long time. Now, fortunately, you're gonna get a ton of deep slate. Maybe you could build with a deep slate. All there really is to this method is go down deep and make hallways. Make the hallways 2 tall, 3 tall, whatever you like. Spread the hallways out, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 5 blocks, really again, whatever you'd like. It's totally up to you. One other tip that I do have for you when branch mining is if you need to conserve torches because, you know, no coal down here, most hostile mobs need a light level of 0 to spawn, complete darkness. And nowadays it's pretty easy to achieve. Place a torch, go 30 or so blocks, place another one, and your light will never touch 0. If you'd like me to make a video that goes a little bit more in depth when it comes to branch mining for diamonds, let me know down below. Let's move on. This next method is basically back to the basics, except this time we spice it up a little bit with potions, specifically night vision. Night vision mining. This method is actually pretty similar to the first method that we talked about. This method will find us back down inside of the biggest, deepest caves in our world. But before we do that, we need supplies. At the point in the game where you're brewing up a ton of potions, you're probably going to have a better pickaxe, so that's cool. And then your other basic mining supplies. So torches, armor, you know, that stuff. I highly, highly recommend pulling off this method with potions of night vision that last for 8 minutes. Now, to brew those things, you're going to need these materials right here. We start with blaze powder and netherwort and water bottles inside of the brewing stand. That'll give us awkward potion, combine that with a golden carrot. That'll give us night vision for 3 minutes, combine that with a redstone dust, and then we end up with 3 night vision potions for 8 minutes. That's perfect. First things first, locate a big cave that is deep, you know, where diamonds are most common and exposed. After you've located that big cave, it's night vision potion time. Now when you brew your night vision potions, you're going to brew 3 of them, which means 24 solid minutes of mining. Drink the night vision potion, look around, and look at how obvious diamonds are. With night vision potion, you can easily run through this cave, look around at the ceiling, the floor, everything, and find every single diamond like really, really quickly. A little bonus for this one too, it's going to make all of the ores down in this deep, dark cave really, really obvious. Like, check that out, gold. That's it. That's literally all there is to this method. Drink the night vision potion, run around, look at the ceiling specifically. Usually, yes, you see. Usually you would miss the ceiling. It's so tall and dark. Yep, that's never going to happen now. That's it. Drink the night vision, run around, look at the cave. Now, I do recommend bringing some torches with you for this method. Even though you don't need the torches to see anymore, torches will definitely cut out the spawn, so that's going to help. And that's it. That's literally it. That's all there is to this method. Drink the night vision, run around inside of the cave, locate the diamonds. Also, maybe locate other cave entrances that you might have otherwise missed. And profit. That's all there is to it. This is where things start to get a little bit more different. This next method is a little bit more abstract when it comes to mining for diamonds, but if you've never tried this in survival before, you need to try it. Moss mining. Supplies for this method. Of course, as always, we start with the basic mining supplies, good armor, pickaxe, things like that. This time around though, add moss blocks, bone meal, and some kind of good hoe to your setup. Here's my hoe with efficiency 5. Efficiency 5 technically not necessary, but is going to make things way faster. Step 1, get supplies. Step 2, find a big deep cave. Something like this cave right here. That's pretty good. Step 3, place moss down. Step 4, bone meal the moss. Step 5, keep bone mealing the moss all over the place. Spread the stuff around. It's going to take a little bit of time, but trust me, it'll be worth it. It can get a little bit annoying because you actually can't bone meal certain moss blocks, like ones with the azalea on it, so you're going to have to break some of those things. Maybe have extra inventory space for those, and remember, torches every once in a while. Don't want mob spawns to happen. But be careful, if you place a torch on the ground, on like a deep slate block, then that actually can't turn into moss. So maybe torches on like the wall or something. Anyways, go down to the cave, bone meal a significant amount of space, and then it's hoe time. Grab the hoe and start insta-mining. The hoe is going to mine out all of the moss blocks instantly if it has efficiency 5 diamond, and maybe, if you're lucky, diamonds. But also keeping it real here, unfortunately, sometimes you will not find any diamonds. You'll end up with a big area that you dug out with tons of moss blocks all over the place. This method plays off of the fact that sometimes diamonds generate not exposed to air. An easy way to expose a lot of blocks to air very quickly that weren't exposed to air initially is moss. All you need to do is grow the moss, use the hoe, and look at that, dig out the blocks. Diamond ore every once in a while. This is a really cool, unique way of mining blocks out. And then it's also pretty efficient too. I mean, compared to how slow Deep Slate actually mines, like look at that, that's really slow. Moss, I mean, that's not even close. It's way faster. Now, the deeper you go with this method, as always today, the more diamonds you should find. But thankfully, you can do this technically anywhere. Let's say, I don't know, you're having a lot of trouble finding a cave that actually goes really deep. You're just not sure how to get there. Well, you could actually do this in the stone range too. Stone will actually convert over into moss as well if the moss is close enough to it. The only downside to this method compared to the other methods is the high upfront cost. You're going to need a lot of bone meal to pull this off. That means maybe skeleton farm first and then the hoe. It's going to take a lot of damage. You might want to either get mending on your hoe too, or just have like a lot of hoes that you don't care about. Mining for diamonds in the deep caves with moss, it's so cool, it's so different, and you've got to try it. Let's move on to the honorable mention. Nowadays, there are legitimately so many different methods for mining diamonds that I could do an entire second video on mining for diamonds if I wanted to. One of the great ways to mine for diamonds is dive mining. Dive mining is a little bit more dangerous though, if you're not geared up. The whole air exposure component of ore generation is completely ignored when water is involved. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Water, it's not air, and if a block generates next to water, it's not open to air. Wake up, a brand new diamond mining method just dropped. Or dropped like a month ago with 1.19. Deep dark mining. This one again, it starts with basic mining supplies, jumps over to a hoe, maybe a really good hoe, some wool blocks, and the deep dark biome. If you're on the surface stuck looking for the deep dark biome, a great spot to start is below mountains. If you're stuck and really can't find it, I go into it a little bit more in this video right here. Check it out after this one. How to find everything in 1.19. Okay, look, right off the bat, diamonds. Right down here inside of this cave, it's luck. It's a great sign. So first things first, find the deep dark biome. Second, find a big cave again. Common theme here. Now that I found this big deep dark cave, I'm going to want to look around and watch out for shriekers. Shriekers are a big problem with this method. Find a big deep dark biome, locate the shriekers. Then it's a great idea to move over to those shriekers and take them out. When you're trying to take these things out, consider a hoe. They mine faster. If you find yourself in a little bit more of a difficult situation, kind of like this right here, as you can see a shrieker right there and sensors right there, that's a big problem. Wool blocks. Place wool blocks down strategically to cut out vibrations. That, or just mine the shrieker right away. That'll work too. Once you've made sure that an area is clear of shriekers, it's time to start mining the blocks. So the blocks on the ground, the skulk blocks, they mine so quickly with a hoe. Get a good hoe, maybe diamond efficiency 5, and you can insta-mine all of these blocks. Insta-mining all of these blocks is going to expose a ton of other blocks to air that weren't exposed before. Some of these blocks, maybe if you're lucky, are going to be diamonds. If they're not diamonds, on the bright side, you're going to get an absurd amount of experience. Now, if your hoe has mending, you could do this literally all day long until this biome is completely gone. Unfortunately, it's never going to be a 100% success thing. It's completely up to world generation, but this is so easy. You don't even have to think while you're doing this. You just run around and dig out the blocks. Definitely cannot stress this enough. Watch out for the shriekers inside of this biome. Very bad, and if one goes off, you actually have a quick second to run over to it and take it out. Watch out for the warden. Once you eliminate the shriekers, mining for diamonds inside of the deep dark biome with a home is not only insanely easy, but also pretty safe too. Skulk or not, hostile mobs won't spawn inside of this biome. There's nothing to complain about here. Aside from the warden, the method is safe, the method is insanely easy, like you don't have to think about it. You get diamonds, and you get tons of experience too. This is great. The method is great, and depending on how you run things, maybe soak touch on your hoe, you'll end up with a bunch of blocks too. Diamond mining is some of the best ways possible in 1.19. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped you out. If it did, take a quick second and drop a like. It's so simple, and it helps me out huge time. Thank you so much for watching this video, especially if you watch it all the way to this point right here. You're the best. If you know of another method that works pretty well, I'd love to know. Drop that down below. It's been me, Waddles. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.